Hey, what's up, everybody? Mr. Hollywood here. MHL Tonight. You guys got to see the countdown right now. We're about to kick off MHL Tonight. It's going to be an explosive show. It's going to be entertaining. I got my partner on here, my cohort, and that's Giant 918. Giant, let these people know what they're in store for here tonight.
www.mhl.hockey. Follow us on Twitter at Moose on Ice. Guys, we are pumped up. We got 3 games streaming tonight. The best damn hockey league on the face of the planet. We've been here for, it's got to be going on 12 years, Hollywood. What an unbelievable time. And you decided to come back this season, not season number 13, not season number 14, but season 45. And you guys are at the right damn place at the right damn time because we're talking about the hottest shit while we're playing these games and live streaming them, Hollywood. How pumped up are you tonight?
That's right. That's right, Giant. And we got tremendous matchups here. You know, the final full week here before the playoffs. Couple games scheduled for next week. But let's get. You know what? I see the countdown on here happening. Forget it. I'm gonna cut the countdown off. We're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna go into it here. Welcome to MHL Tonight. Next to me, you guys see the matchups here tonight. One in particular that I'm looking forward into, and that's the Egg versus Boston Bruins series. You got the number 2 team against the number 4 team. Not many people are talking about these Boston Bruins, Giant. Maybe because they're ranked number 4, somewhere in the middle of that pack. A lot of
Yeah.
people talking about Colorado, talking about Egg, even about Pittsburgh, but I don't hear much mention about Boston. And MHL Tonight has not featured Boston at all. We've been here for 2 weeks, and then if you count also the trial run week, Boston has not been on MHL Tonight at all. We're hoping to get them here tonight. Giant, if they're going to make a statement, if they want to make an impact on here, tonight's the night. If they could get a win against Egg, they'll definitely be one of the guys considered.
Yeah, there's no question about it. And like you said, I mean, there are some teams over here, they're so far ahead. So, team like Colorado Avalanche, I mean, they are just destroying everybody. It's hard to even do that. But when it comes to 4, 2, 3, and 4 seeds, it's still very competitive. I know we only got about a week left, guys. So this, theoretically, Egg versus Boston should be the game of the night, and we will be having that. Granted, no issues with the individual streaming. Want to give big couple of shout outs. Want to give a shout out to Blue Liner, still making this league happen. Want to give a shout out to This Piggy Ink Donuts. Want to give a shout out to Chum Lee. Want to give a shout out to Jets Killer. These guys we've known them for years, and they are a testament of time, Hollywood, that these guys are still down for some serious business.
That's right, absolutely, and why not? What better place than right here at the Moose Hockey League? So that matchup we definitely have. I already have Dutch on here streaming, so we do have that one. Another series on here for tonight is the Maine Mariners series, streamed there by Mox. They're going up against the Calgary Flames. This is a huge matchup here because you got the number 8 and number 7 team on there. They're only a point that separates on here, so a series win here will move the team up, and especially that you got a team like Detroit looking to get in, moving up. So you do not want to lose this series. This is a big matchup for both Calgary and Maine here, Giant.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Now you see the Red Wings. It looks like they've been absolutely free falling, and it's very sad to see. They've been in better positions, but if you take a look at the standings right now, guys, I mean, I don't even know if anybody else has a chance to get in. There's a little possibility the Red Wings have a chance, but it looks like it might be locked up already. The playoffs over here, but it's about the seeding too. Does anybody want to be that 8th seed and go against the Avalanche? I guess any given night, somebody's got to have a chance. Somebody might have a chance with Colorado, but this is all about seeding at this point, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens. I want to give another quick big shout out to the Pullout King X. So we appreciate you guys tuning in to us tonight live as we stream the games, Hollywood.
Yeah, and Giant, the other stream that we have here is is the Detroit Red Wings, the team that's looking to get in on here, and they're going to need to win tonight. Here's a team
Yeah, they
that,
need to win both games. There's no
or,
question about it, and other people need to lose too.
you
So
know,
it's hard to tell.
But they mentioned earlier this week, this was one of the teams that may have had a total collapse on here. But here they are, man. I think it was only like a player or two. They're still intact. It's one of these teams that I like. They have the players on the team to make things happen. They got guys that won the Moose Cups. They got guys like Yakov on there. They got guys on there like Bo Horvat. Plus a guy like Willis. I know he's playing in that, but still, he's a championship material player. So you have all these guys on the ice. Why are the Detroit Red Wings seated so low? They should be in the top 8, and I think they could definitely get in there. But it starts tonight. They need to win against Ottawa. If they do not, forget about playoffs. And we're going to go to the streams on here now. I believe one of them might be kicking off. Here's the new triple feature on here that we have, where we extended the screens as far as possible on here. So you're getting the full capacity of this, whether it's a triple, whether it's a dual stream, or whether it's quadruple stream on here, Giant. And tonight we have the 3 features, 3 great series here lined up for MHL Tonight. The X series about to kick off, and this is the one I'm looking forward to, Giant, because this is, you got that Boston Bruins team looking to gain that respect here in this league. They're a team that's really not mentioned or talked about. Since this is the only one, the first one to start off, let me actually pull it up on the big screen
Yeah,
there
it's
for
kind
you.
of annoying to see this when the games are supposed to start at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what the issue is. Why these guys can't get it up in a timely fashion? Shout out to Dutchmaster Jenkins, Dutchmaster Dank as well, and shout out to Earl Sweatshirt as well. Saw him in the chat earlier, Hollywood.
And look at this, Giant. Wow.
Amazing.
What a surprise. We just pulled the stream up and we got goal number 1. It's not Egg, though. It is not Egg. It's Boston. Boston making a statement here, getting on the board within seconds. Poole with the goal on there, Giant. It didn't even take a minute to score.
Yeah, it's a bad look. Is Chumlee gonna get? Is he gonna get another 8 goals tonight while we're streaming, Flanny? They're gonna need to respond quickly. That is a very dangerous, and you can't be allowing that goals that early in the game. It wasn't even a minute into the game.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And John, it's funny you mentioned about Chum Lee earlier in the chat today. He guaranteed you, Giant, that he's going to score 8 goals here tonight. Well, he better start doing that soon, man.
Hopefully you're not listening to us, so the pressure isn't there. But he's an outstanding player. So I'm a big fan of shit talking, fellas. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But it's absolutely fun to see, and we know this is going to be a competitive game. I mean, these guys aren't playing. I'm sorry, but Egg is not playing the Trash Pandas or something like that tonight.
No, no, it's definitely going to be a closer matchup here. It might be one that goes back and forth here because here we go. Egg now responds right away. That's Mustang Mike with the goal on there, assisted there by some booty. Some booty with the assist. So it's 1-1. Just like that, we got a tied up game. And I think this is the type of game we're going to get here. It's not going to be a blowout, that's for sure. It's not going to be one
Yeah.
here where, I think that Egg just comes in and walks all over the team. Because, like I said, this Boston team, like I said, it's just a team that really, not many people are talking about that. Not many people are saying like, hey, watch out for these guys. But look, listen, they're making noise tonight, and like I say, if they could get a win here against Egg, that'd be
Yeah.
huge. That'd be huge. Because that's what you got to do. It's playoffs is coming around, so a couple of days away on here, and it's how well you finish the season here. So how well Boston
Yeah.
could finish the season. I mean, this is what you're going to see in the playoffs. You're going to be playing against teams like this, and that's what we're going to see in the other series here between the Mariners and Calgary. Both of these are in the playoffs position now, but it's 8th and 7th seed. So they easily could drop out here if they get swept. One of these teams gets swept tonight.
And there it is, the Mariners, and it didn't even look like the goalie moved there. It was a crazy easy goal. I don't know what the fuck happened over there, Hollywood, but that looked like taking candy from a baby. That goalie needs to be positioned better than that. I'm sorry, dude. So the Mariners get the early goal with less than 5 minutes to start the game. and they look like they're dominating Calgary pretty damn good so far.
Yeah,
Hollywood.
they are, man. Back, boom, boom. Here we go, another one. And the first goal there was by Connelly scoring there, aka Mox, assisted there by Beer Captain. And here they go again. This time it's Neil scores the second goal, and just like that, the Mariners up 2-0. Are we in for a blowout here? I like this Mariners team. I think it's much better than they are playing. They've had some tough losses. I know they were involved in some trades, but some people are saying maybe some of those did not work out because on the stats board it really doesn't show. But tonight, they're coming out to play here. But don't count Calgary out just yet because Calgary. Remember, Calgary last week beat Colorado in one of the
Yeah.
games, so they could easily, 2 goals is not over, I mean, we just started on here, but not a good start though, not a good start there for Calgary, nonetheless.
Yeah, and it's not good. And we just got a question over here. What's going on with the Avs game? Is that being streamed or no? You didn't get notification on that.
Uh, that is I could put the stream on the Avalanche. I just felt these were much better matchups here tonight. I think they're playing
Yeah, well, I mean, the
Toronto.
fucking Senators. I mean, the issue
If
here, Hollywood, is the fucking Senators can't even get to start the goddamn game. It's very frustrating. So you might as well get some fucking action started. I mean, that's what I think.
I could switch that, or I could put the quad on
Yeah, we
here.
could do. Let's try quad because I don't see lag. And you guys in the chat over here, I want to let you know. I
Well,
want you to let us know if you see lag over here. I don't really see it, but
when I
you know,
put when
I don't have the biggest fucking screen. Oh, there was a lag right there.
Well, right now when I go in
That might have been
when
the
I go
game.
in to grab the streams, it is. So you might just
Oh,
give me.
so the lag spike or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's all. All right. You know what? We'll put it on there. We'll see how that goes. If not, then like I said, if not, if that Ottawa doesn't start up, yeah, we definitely.
Yeah, I mean that's a fucking disgrace. It's 11 minutes after 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's really retardedly annoying at this point.
Well, you got two teams where one of the teams, you know, almost a couple days earlier, sounded like they were almost gonna collapse or not even, So and doesn't look like they're even showing up here tonight, but we'll see. We'll see. Let me you know what? Let me try to get this quad up. There we go. Colorado. All right. Well, Colorado didn't take the ice yet, so we're fine. We didn't miss anything
Wow,
on it.
that's a disgrace as well. What is going on over here, guys?
No, but you know what? I think they have till 9:10. Like about now, they should be starting up. So there's I believe a 10.
I mean,
At
I hope
least.
everybody's okay in real life, but I mean, you got scheduled times for these games. Come on, guys, you got to try to be punctual over here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
granted, there's no type of family emergency in real life or whatever.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so you know what? I'm gonna do the 4 here. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good.
Let us
The
know
stream
when.
looks good so
Let us
far.
know in the chat. It's just something when I bring it up. But once everything's loaded on here, it should be fine up to this point.
Sure.
And also I want to mention on here on the show, if you guys are listening tonight, we're trying out. We're going public here in the Moose chat where we bring in the broadcast booth in the MHL Discord where the keys are open, Giant, here for the broadcast booth. Meaning anybody in the MHL community that wants to come in on the show throughout the broadcast or post game, pre game, whatever, you're more than welcome to come on here. Along with Giant. Maybe if you're not playing tonight, or or you just want to hop in,
Yeah,
and
in
give a
between
shout out.
games or
Yeah.
something, you can just just in between games or anything. You just give a quick analysis with us, quick interview over here, and we greatly appreciate that, guys. It's just it's in its infancy still. This is our only third stream. The first one was primarily a test run. Last week was pretty successful, I thought. So we're here full board now, but we're opening the chat now. So the word still has to get out, guys. And again, we appreciate all you guys tuning in to us tonight, Hollywood.
Absolutely, absolutely, and we got some great action. I just want to get everybody up to the uh, scores here. Right there, you see the highlight. That's Mox scoring the first goal for Maine. They're up 2-0. Mox scoring the first goal on there for the Maine Mariners, and then that was followed up by Neil with the second goal. And then over here in the X series, Boston came up right away in the first seconds of the game, scoring, but Egg did respond. Boston killed off the penalty, and then now they get a power play here to start period number 2. So let's see if they'll be able to capitalize this and try to retake the lead here that they once had.
Yeah.
Colorado has started off, so we got that stream on the way. 13 minutes here in the first period, and Colorado is getting a power play opportunity here to try to break the shutout.
Yeah, and it's dangerous. I mean, Colorado gets it, and they're just taking shots on net, swarming and going to there. They don't give a fuck. This is their MO, guys. They are essentially simply the best part two over here, Hollywood,
Hmm.
and it's going to be a tough road for anybody in the playoffs who happen to play against the Avs.
I gotta agree with that, Giant. Absolutely. I mean, they're the number one team. They're number one in the leaderboards on almost all categories, and right now they just scored. Looks like they're gonna get on the board. So, it's
And it
a
looks like Boston scores again,
they did.
and
And it was a power play goal, and they get another power play opportunity here again. Back-to-back penalties taken by Egg, and they capitalize on both. Giants. That's
wow,
two power.
they just sniped that in front of the goalie. Not much chance over there. I mean, he put the glove out, but they are hot right now,
And how about
and
this,
they are
man?
up 3-1, Boston, and they are
Yeah.
taking it to the house right now against Egg, and they are looking really fucking good right now, Hollywood.
Giant, nobody mentioning Boston in the chat anywhere on the Moose Hockey League. But after tonight, if things go how they are going right now for Boston, teams are going to serve notice here for the Boston Bruins. They're up 3-1, and it didn't take long, man. Two poorly penalties there by Egg, and two power play goals responded by Boston. So special teams stepping up. And what about this pool guy on Boston? Scoring all three goals. He's already got a hat trick here against
Amazing.
Egg. So Chum Lee came out here on Discord saying he's going to get 8 goals. Pool's got 3 of them for Boston. I think.
Yeah, and it's a massacre already at Colorado. Just under 10 minutes to play in the first period, they're already up 2-0, and at this point, I think Toronto just you want to try to keep it somewhat competitive.
Yeah.
It's very tough to play against the Avs, and you can take a look right now. Why, guys?
Yeah, that's why I wasn't too sure about putting that one on there. I didn't expect much. Toronto has
Yeah,
been on a.
I mean, if it's total
Listen,
blowout, what are you going to do? I mean,
listen.
some people want to see the best team in the league too.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. And just, I mean, Toronto's been on a downward spiral. Things just been going
And
down
there
and
it is.
bad.
The Mariners looks like they just scored again,
Wow, that's
three
huge.
to nothing, and it's just straight murder at this point. We need Ja Rule to say it's murder.
That was Ed who scored. I don't know if that's Hi, my name is Ed. It could be, but he
It could
scores.
be.
So 3-0 Mariners. Here in the second period, still plenty of time left, but Calgary not looking good at all, offensively or defensively so far. Ottawa still hasn't started. Oh, here we go. Finally matched up here, 9-17. So it looks like we are gonna get a series on there, thankfully. And like I said, it's a must-win series for the Red Wings. They're looking to make the playoffs here. They need to sweep Ottawa, and they're hoping Mariners or Calgary sweep. So one of those teams do not get any points, and that would really help Detroit in the standings. But the big story here so far tonight, it's got to be Boston, 3-1. I think I picture this as the game of the night here, and so far it is picturing that. But listen, do not count Egg out. Egg is one of those teams that could score giant, and they could score rather quickly. We've seen them do it night in, night out. They could score a couple goals within a minute.
Yeah, without question. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Very dangerous team. Can't ever sleep on them. And what can you say?
Listen, I did a play-by-play on Monday on them. They played No Pucks Given, um, where the series got tied up 2-2, and then next thing you know, it's a 9-2 final for Egg. So
Wow.
something could happen like that. So, but
Yeah, just padding stats.
yeah,
Yeah.
but one area where I don't expect a comeback, that's Colorado, because they just scored their third goal. It looks like that one was Ferris Lund with the goal. So it's 3-0. And like I said, Toronto. Well, Toronto's Toronto. What can you say?
Yeah. And there it is again. It looks like
Yeah,
the
again.
Mariners just scored again,
That's
4-0.
that's Mox again. Our boy, man, scoring big goal. That's his second goal on there. Ed with the assist. So 4-0 now, Mariners. What's up with Calgary? I guess SPDR is not out there for Calgary tonight. Because if he is, man, they're not looking good, not looking hot. I don't know if Titletown's in net for Calgary, but he's seeing a lot of pucks, a lot of red light right now.
Yeah, yeah, very dangerous.
So about 2 minutes, 2.5 to go here. Boston up 3-1 against Egg. If they could go into the intermission here to head to the third period with a 2-goal lead, I think that's big. Here we go. I talked about SBDR. He is out there. He must have heard me on here because he just scores the goal there for Calgary.
Yeah, and they
Um,
needed that shit badly.
yeah, because things were getting really ugly quick over there. But SBDR stops that. Robert Ducky had the assist on that goal. So now we got a 4-1 game. It's still plenty of time. Like I said, if they could somehow get another goal here in the second period, a 2-goal game is anybody's reach. So I don't see that one. And listen, Mariners has been a team that has given up leads before. I've seen them do it against Edmonton earlier this season. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, 1 goal. I don't think it's something to you know uh, be
Brag about.
worried
No,
too bad for the
I
Mariners.
know,
You know.
really.
But the man of the night right now, right there in the highlight that you see, that's Poole for Boston. He's got 3 goals. He's got all 3 Boston Bruins goals as they lead 3-1, heading into the dressing room there. Very confident so far for Boston, being up 3-1 against this Egg team, who's been dominating teams here every night so far here on MHL Tonight. But tonight seems to be a little bit different.
Yeah, and we just got out of the first intermission for Colorado and Toronto, and it's a snoozer at this point. I mean, Colorado is still kicking some ass, so
Yeah.
I mean, Toronto. Hopefully, they can play better, but it's just tough going at this point.
Yeah. Toronto's probably glad that period was over. But look at the stats there, Boston and Egg, and the difference right now. Shots are pretty even, time attacks pretty even, but power plays here 2-for-2 for Boston.
Hundred
And
percent,
and that's
hundred
where they're up.
percent, and
Where
and that's the difference. That's the difference in the game right
and
now.
Eggs 0-for-1 on their power play, and right now that's the 2 goals that are leading for Boston. You take those power play goals away, we got an even game. So. Eggs got to stay out of the box here in the third period and try to come out with a goal here. They need a good start here in period number 3 to make things happen. Somebody that is making things happen, and that's SBDR, because he's got back-to-back goals now, 2 goals assisted there again by Robert Ducky and
And
Calgary.
when we
Yeah,
yeah, and when we looked at this, we were watching the Mariners last week. They had an absolute meltdown. I forgot it was against who, but they absolutely melted down.
mm.
Maybe it was against Edmonton,
they
and Edmonton ended up beating them in overtime the first
yeah,
game,
oh yeah.
and then they
What,
massacred them
what,
the second game. I
yeah.
was like, wow.
What were they? They were down like 3-0, I think, in that game.
Yeah, or
And,
4-0 or so. It
and
was
this
some
one,
crazy score.
and if they lose this one, they were up 4-0 in this giant. That's Jules Hockey, the goaltender there for the Mariners. But yeah, if should they
Oh, trans lives matter. That's so fantastic. Yes, they do matter. And people like Caitlyn Jenner are stunning and brave. And don't any of you ever forget that. And she's running for California governor. So
oh
take
God.
that. And it looks like Ottawa finally puts one up on the board.
Wow, wow.
And it was a nothing game. Just under 10 minutes to play in the first period. But, I mean, they started so fucking late, you know?
Yeah, and listen, and that's a bad sign there for Detroit. It's a team that's trying to look to make that playoff spot. They're not going to get it this way. Giving them the goal, they got to be Ottawa. I mean, Ottawa is what almost dead last on there in the standings. So if they
Yeah,
can't,
it's really early in the game, so we'll see. But
you know. So we'll see what Detroit. I mean, Detroit's got. I don't understand this team because they got the players on there that could make things happen, but unfortunately, they can't connect for some reason. Things not working out there, and maybe here on the power play they could capitalize. We'll see what happens. Back to this Egg series. Egg's gonna have a power play opportunity here in the third period to try to make this a one-goal game. They're still down 3-1. So far, Boston's not only have they capitalized on their power plays, they're playing pretty good defensively here against this Egg team. Only to be
Yeah.
giving up one goal here, which was early in that first period. So we haven't seen much offense here from Egg. And a great chance there for Boston, but a better save by Ducky there, keeping this a two-goal game. Because had that goal went in, I think that's
Oh, that would have been devastating. I mean, that is a momentum. That is momentous for whoever scores that shorthanded goal over there. So great save over there.
we'll see if either of these teams could make a bounce comeback here. They're down two. That's Egg against Boston, and also Calgary, who's down two here in the third.
Yeah, both in the third. Both in the third period. Under 15 on the Mariners and Calgary game. Just under 10 minutes on the Egg and Boston game as we speak.
Yeah. John, you were right about Detroit, man. I was too early to say anything here that Ottawa got on the board because here comes Black Machismo, a.k.a. Bo Horvat, with the goal, and it's 1-1 over there in Detroit. Toronto finally got on the board. They're down 3-1 still, though, against Colorado, but they do break that shutout. Still plenty of time there. They're still in the second period. And here comes another goal. That's the second goal, and that's Marinook with the goal. So hold up, man. We got some rallies coming here our way, Giant. These teams were up big. Now we got a one-goal game there. The other ones are two-goal
Yeah,
games.
all these games are very competitive. I'm very pleased we ended up going on the quad screen right now.
Yeah. We're seeing
Doesn't
some we're
excuse
seeing
me, it
some
doesn't look
comebacks,
too.
man. This could be a history in the making here, man. Here and this type of action you get here, Giant in the Moose Hockey League. It's winding
Yeah, and
down
it's
here.
MHL Red Zone right now, guys. It's MHL Red Zone. Never forget.
Absolutely.
Moose.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And this quad screen is great. It's like I said, it's jam packed, stretched out there, just like the dual screens are, but you're getting all four in the same size. So you're really not missing anything on here. And that's why I like keep it on this one here because all the action's right in front of you. But once some of these go into the dressing room, yeah, I might switch it off to the other cam. But yeah, a lot of action going on, a lot of goals. Time running out here for Egg. They have another power play here, but they're not capitalizing on the power plays, Giant, that they're given
No,
here.
they are not. They are squandering them horribly, and they are getting lit up by the defense of Boston. So shout out to Boston Bruins defense. They've been playing absolutely fantastic tonight.
Absolutely, man. Shutting down those penalties is huge. And right now, I mean, that's what we talked about earlier. With the difference maker here, Boston were able to capitalize twice on theirs, 2 for 2 on the power plays. Where Egg, given the chances here in the third period, and time's definitely winding down. There's only 2 minutes left here. I'm sorry. I mean, Chum Lee sounded very confident prior to this series, but I don't think he's got a point yet in this game.
Yeah, and it's very sad. Again, I'm a fan of shit talking. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes they're mad. Sometimes guys are mad confident, and they back it up.
Absolutely, absolutely. Another team where time's running down is Calgary. They started rallying there in the
Yeah, it's
second
under 5
period,
minutes now.
but
Yeah.
now in the third period, the Mariners look like they tighten things up there. They don't want to see that comeback because they've been on the other end on there multiple times here this season, so they know what to expect here, and I think they really sat down. They're like, we're not gonna give up this lead here tonight. We're too good for this, and right now that's what they got to play. They got to play like the New Jersey Devils '90s. Type of just defense, man, holdings down, man. You don't got to score any more goals. Just prevent the other team from scoring.
Yeah. And the Red Wings and the Senators, they're both tied at 2 going into the first intermission. So very competitive game over there.
Man.
It's great, and
Here's the
only
final
45
seconds.
seconds.
Yeah, final seconds here, both the Mariners and the
Yeah,
Egg series here, and looks like right now, looks like Boston and the Mariners should be able to hold on. I mean, they got a 2-goal lead here. unless something crazy happens here. Um, and
Now,
look,
now,
look,
Holly, while we got you here, now I've been told that there's a way where these stats can get captured through a program or something like that and post. Is that correct?
yes, yes, you're right. You're right. Like the end of the game stats. Yes, there is because
So, but the Moose does not have that currently.
not that I'm aware of. I know because there's like there. I mean, we use clubs here to play these games. Teams go in clubs.
Right.
So all these games are stats are kept in on the EA website on the club there. So you
Okay.
could easily pull them up on there. So even if guys don't input the stat on there, you could get that. You could see what the stats are right after the game. EA still has the club search and stuff. So as long as you have the club name there, you could pull them up. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure
Just
there's.
looking
I'm
for
sure there's
more
some.
automated ways,
Yeah,
things to just instruments available out there that they're able to automate things more and make things go a little bit more efficiently. So I just want to make people aware that there are, uh, again, there are instruments out there that allow you to do that. So
absolutely, absolutely. And that's gonna do it there. Boston wins against Egg RJ, aka Poole, scoring all three goals there for Boston. The defense doing the rest, and 0 for 3 on the power play there for Egg, and I think that's a big part. Calgary, SBDR, the only guy that was scoring for them on there, but it wasn't enough to take down the Mariners. So the Mariners win pretty even though Calgary beat them on the shot, 16-9. Jules Hockey came up with some huge 14 saves in that series there for Maine. Mox had 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points. So even though being
yeah, great job, guys.
outshot by Calgary, it's the Mariners.
Now, will Egg redeem themselves? Will Egg redeem themselves, Hollywood,
They need
in
to,
game
man.
two?
They need to right now because that performance there, game one. Um, I don't know where everybody
That's not going
was.
to cut it in the playoffs. It's not going to cut it in the playoffs.
No, absolutely not, man. And I told you, do not sleep on Boston. Here's a team that is in that middle of the pack, but you look at their record. You look at the stats there for Boston. They're pretty good, man. They're pretty good. I think just this is the first time that we're seeing them here on MHL tonight, and they definitely impressed me. They look pretty damn good, I would say.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly with that statement.
Dutch Master Dank out there, Chum Lee, somebody's got to step up there, right now for Egg. Because those two guys were pretty quiet in game one. Forget about trying to score 8 goals tonight. They need to try to get on the board. But let's not take anything away from Boston. That defense played real good. Kept Egg out of that.
Yeah, Poole played
Mhm.
excellent. Poole played excellent too. You had the hat trick, so
Absolutely, absolutely. Toronto and Colorado. It's a 4-3 game there in the third period. Just under 7 minutes to go. I'm gonna pull that one up actually, because that one's closing down to final minutes. But here comes Colorado. Just like that, scores makes it back to a two-goal game. So. Toronto put up a fight here, but look at that time of attack, 10:02 to 5:52. It's very tough to. I'm kind of shocked, for the score to be this close. With those type of stats. But Toronto started throwing pucks on net there. They got some in.
and it was working. Yeah, the strategy was effective.
But unfortunately, Colorado, man, takes that 2-goal lead in there. So. And that's Hughes with the goal there for Colorado. That's AKA Wet Roadie with the goal. So and that might be it's gonna be tough there to
Yeah,
come
that
back
might be
against.
the nail in the
That,
coffin right there.
that's his second goal of the game.
I mean, just 6 minutes left in the third. It's just hard to be competitive, and they're still dominating in the offensive zone. Um, Again, I mean, it's competitive, I guess, considering it's Toronto, but it's just a tough gig.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, here's the thing, man. I mean, the good teams know how to finish the games, man.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. You're playing 60 minutes of hockey. So, but I give credit to Toronto hanging in there with the top team here in the league. But unfortunately, Colorado, the better team right now, looking like it with 2.5 to go, and right now, it's just getting ugly for Toronto. They're going to send a guy in the box, taking a penalty there, down two. So don't see a comeback there. But what about Ottawa? This series has been going back and forth. This game here was a late start. Detroit tied it. Ottawa took the lead again, and now Ottawa has a two-goal lead, up 4-2 against Detroit. And listen, if Detroit cannot beat Ottawa, they might as well
Yeah,
pack
it's
it
a
up
wrap. They might as well pack it up. I
uh,
mean,
after the
the
series.
ax
Yeah.
the fall from grace is just unbelievable, and they've already lost four straight. And there's another goal from Colorado, and you can't be shocked.
Yeah. And,
I mean, they're just padding their stats at this point.
and listen, the Red Wings already behind 6 points from the Mariners. So
Yeah,
Mariners have the eighth spot. So
right. They
it,
needed to sweep the next two series. That's exactly what the Red Wings needed,
yeah.
and unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's happening.
And look, the Mariners beat Calgary, so with that win, the Mariners will go ahead of Calgary. If they could win again here and sweep Calgary, I mean that would help out Detroit if Calgary doesn't get any points. But nonetheless, Detroit has to win. That it doesn't matter. If the other teams get swept, if you can't win, you're already down. Behind 6 points there, and time's winding down here in the season. So there's not much games left. And right now, Ottawa with a huge, huge, this would be a huge upset here in my book if they could win against Detroit. And like I said, Detroit was a team that a lot of people talked about. That there was some kind of collapse going on. Guys weren't showing up, or guys quit out on them, and then they had to regroup, pick up some players. So it hasn't been pretty over there. That's for sure. Maybe a lot of drama going on in that party there, in that Discord chat. Hodler though is the X factor right now for Ottawa. He's got 3 goals. He's got a hat trick, and a big reason why Ottawa up 4-2 in that game. The man right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, without question. And looks like we're in between some games right here, and Calgary and the Mariners are in play. But the streamer is in the penalty box right now. Whoever's streaming the game, so that's the view we
Yeah,
have currently. It's very interesting to see that. You don't see that too frequently.
yeah, and Calgary scores. And here's the thing: I want to mention to if the guys are listening, if you are streaming the games, there's an option in NHL where you could change the camera angle to have it regular overhead when you're in the box, and it's much better that way. So it always stays on the overhead. But some guys I think don't know about that option. So if you go to your visual settings, you could change the penalty box cam. So it's not
Yeah.
from the box. It's much better for us to see as well. But nonetheless, Calgary gets on the board with that after that power play goal. That was Colsey scoring there for Calgary. So much better start than they did in game one. Although looks like our boy Connelly, man, responds right back with a power play goal of his.
Yeah, and it's another competitive game over here. And I mean, it's good to see. And
Yeah.
somebody's taking a penalty over there in the Egg game and Boston game.
I think we got a penalty shot here for Detroit against Ottawa, a tripping call, and yes, and Detroit needs this. They're down two. If they could get this penalty shot, they do. So costly penalty taken there by Ottawa. It puts Detroit right back in it there.
And he got the penalty shot. Congrats.
Yeah, 1-on-1 with
He
the
got
goalie,
it.
man. So, it's like a 50-50 chance there. And Zuckerberg, man, gets the goal. So Detroit, right back in there, one goal game. They got almost a whole third period left. Because remember, that one did start off a little bit late. But I'm really interested to see how this Egg Boston game goes. If you guys are just tuning in, Boston took game one 3-1 final after RJ scoring all three goals there for Boston, taking the win there, getting the game winner, and holding Egg to only one goal.
Yeah. So far, so good. And I mean, there it is. Who just scored? Is that Boston who just
No,
Seguin? No, that is Egg who just scored.
it's Dutch Master Dank with the goal, Mike with the assist, and Chum Lee with the second assist. So 1-0. Okay. So much better start here for Egg as opposed to game number one. So they get on the board first here in this one. And I kind of expected that. It's going to be tough to see if we see Egg get swept here tonight by Boston, but it very well could happen. But that's the start they needed. They needed to get on the board early, and they do here in the
Yeah.
first period. Teams have beaten Egg before. We see previous week Pittsburgh did it. They split the series 1-1, but not many I've seen sweep them, take both games. So we'll see if Boston has a chance to do that here tonight.
And was that another penalty shot on the Red Wings game?
I don't know, but it's a goal. We got
Yeah, that
the,
looked like another penalty shot. What the hell is Ottawa doing? And it's 4-4. Congrats, Red Wings. I mean, you guys needed that shit, and you guys got it.
they deserve that
So
though
it's
for Ottawa. If you're giving up penalty shot
yeah,
goals, man, you deserve that.
yeah. I mean, how do you do that in the same fucking period too? And the
Yeah,
Red Wings take a costly penalty. It looks no, yeah, it's against
against
it's against
Ottawa.
the Senators.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So not only did they give up the those penalty shot goals, have Detroit back in it, they took a costly penalty on top of that. So now Detroit not only tied the game, but looking to take the lead here, and they very well could. Score update here in Calgary. SBDR scoring there for Calgary, and so they retake the lead there. Now they're up 2-1. If you're just tuning in, Mariners took game one 4-2 final against Calgary. Here it's the number 7, number 8 ranked team going at it here tonight. Eggs still up 1-0. 4 minutes to go there in the first period. Colorado's awaiting
and the Red Wings take the lead.
wow.
Man, wow, what an unbelievable comeback so far. Can they hold the lead? Can they hold the lead, Hollywood?
I mean, the way Ottawa's playing right now, I don't see why not. It's just a total collapse by Ottawa here
Wow,
in the
and
third period.
they're just getting more shots on net.
Yeah.
The Red Wings over there.
So they came out alive. They know what's at stake here. Listen, when they probably heard that Calgary lost on there earlier today, they know if they could get the wins here against Ottawa, that gives them a much better shot making that playoffs position. So they know what's at stake. But you know, I can't say that Detroit look dominant here in this period. I think it's more of Ottawa just making a whole bunch of mistakes.
Yeah,
And
after mistake after mistake after mistake.
and Detroit capitalized on all of them.
And the Bruins tie it up over here, and Egg is just.
Uh,
I mean, they must be in disbelief. They are not going away. This Boston Bruins team is playing very competitively.
they are. They're sticking right with them side by side. Although we got almost a breakaway chance there for Egg, but no, a better save by Nagy. So Boston back in it here, tying things up. I didn't get the player name on that goal. I know what the player on the ice was Titsov or something, Tihtov. I don't know the exact gamer tag. So we haven't had Boston on this show yet. But they're looking here good tonight on MHL Tonight, especially against a team like Egg.
Yeah, without
But
question. And Colorado and Toronto just started up again, but that might be another snoozer. We will see.
And look at this giant though. Egg, the game's tied up, but look, Egg shots on goal 6-1. Time attack 4.5 to only even under a minute there for Boston, but it's a tie game. And the difference what it is power plays again. Boston 1-for-1 on their power play. We saw how
Yeah, I
power
mean
play
they are
cost.
dangerous, dangerous team on the power play
Talk
tonight.
about special teams. Special teams really hurting Egg here tonight. Game one we saw two power play goals is what ended up winning it for Boston, and then here game two, it's the power play goal that puts Boston back in this game, even though they're getting outshot and outplayed here by Egg.
Yeah.
I think Detroit's going to hold it off here, man. I mean, you come back for Ottawa is just devastating. You're up 4-2 now. Now you're down 5-4, and you take all those penalty shot penalties. Then on top of that, another penalty, and here's another penalty again on Ottawa. So it's like they want to lose.
Yeah.
Very tough to win when you're shorthanded. And
Who just scored a goal here? Is that Egg that just scored a goal? Yes, Egg just scored a goal over here.
it's Mike with the goal, assisted there by Dutch. So Egg retakes the lead here in the second period, back on top 2-1. So it's going back and forth here so far. And like I said, if they got to stay out of the box on there, or they got to play better on the PK, because their PK is not looking good. I think Boston is almost perfect here tonight on the power play. Speaking about penalties, Toronto is going to take another one here, and that's Marinook going in the box for tripping. Um, and not much you could say there. Colorado, they know how to draw the penalties. They know how to put pucks in the net, and that's why they're number one.
Yeah.
Final seconds here. We'll see. We'll see
just
in
drawing the
Detroit.
penalties too.
And look at that. That didn't even take long on that power play goal. Come off right away. Boom. That's
Yeah, and there's
Colorado.
Hughes with the goal.
Looks like Detroit should be able to hold on and win this. This might be a one final rush here for Ottawa. Under 10 seconds to go. Puck in the offensive zone here, looking for a shot. Are they going to get it? No, they don't.
Yeah,
Detroit
Hollywood, you
clears
you
it.
end up turning on your air conditioner today or not?
I wanted to, but no, I didn't. It's definitely felt like 90 degrees here tonight.
Man, maybe you like that Mediterranean fucking weather and shit, even though you're from Eastern Europe.
Oh man. And the difference maker there, even though Hoodler had 4 goals for Ottawa, they end up losing here, and it's Bo Horvat with the 3 goals for Detroit, and that win 5-4. Well, look at the shots on goal, 24-12, double the shots on goal on there. A lot of penalties taken by Ottawa. Look at that, 5 power plays opportunities for Detroit. They capitalized on 2 of them. One of them being that penalty shot goal. But yeah, unfortunately, good thing for Detroit. They're looking to make it to that 8th spot, and that win helps them. Gets the 2 points. And right now, the Mariners tied up the game here, and that's a good sign for Detroit as well, because Mariners could sweep Calgary here, and Calgary doesn't come up with any points. Um, that put them almost within 2 or 3 points from Calgary.
Yeah, yeah, without question. And this is the game of the week. I mean, Calgary, they brought in SBDR to help out the team tonight, and it's not working out like they expected.
Yeah. Well,
And that's a testament to how good I think the Mariners are.
yeah, I agree. I think the Mariners. I mean, they look good on paper. I don't know. I mean, sometimes they lose leads. They can't come out on top. I mean, some nights just not working out. But tonight is not one of those nights. Tonight, everything's going the way for the Mariners here tonight. So we'll see. Looks like they're going to get a power play opportunity here. So after the Mariners tie it up here, they're going to get a good chance here to try to take the lead. They took game one 4-2 final. So and right now they're 1 point above Calgary with that win in game one. But if they could win again here, that put them 3 points above. So big game here between those two clubs.
And that's a wrap. That's a wrap for the first period on the Colorado and Toronto game. 1-0 is the score. Avs, and of course they scored the power play goal there.
It was the power play goal just seconds in on that power play, and that was Wet Rody with the opening goal there in game two. Game one was in favor of Colorado. Toronto did bounce back a bit late on, but Colorado was able to close it out. And then here, game two, they're up 1-0 after the first intermission. Final minutes of play here in Egg, about 3.5 to go in the second period. Egg still up 2-1. Getting some good shots here and some rebounds. So playing much better than game one for Egg here, but we'll see if that continues. There's still,
Yeah, it's still a tight game though.
yeah,
Just over 2 minutes to play in the second, and
yeah,
I mean you can see it here.
yeah. We said it's not. There's no way it's going to be a blowout tonight between these two. And
You were right. I mean, this is theoretically the game of the night, and so far it's been like that.
It's definitely been shaping to that. What's been expected on here for tonight, we're getting that. We're getting great hockey between these two, and this might be a matchup in the playoffs come playoff time because like I said, Boston right there ranked number 4 right now. You got Egg number 2, so the top 4 teams here, we're seeing them. So Boston's still in it, hanging in there. Egg's controlling most of the puck here in this game. Look at that, 7.5 time on attack in this game. But it's only a goal game. They need a big third period here for Boston to try to bounce back. We'll see what happens. Mariners take the lead. They're up 3-2 against Calgary with 3 minutes left in the second period. So far, Mariners, things are definitely looking good there. I know Mox is probably definitely happy because he's had some bad nights there, up and
And there's
down
a
team.
breakaway over here by and they messed it up, man. By Toronto, they had the breakaway, and the goalie just came out, and he just snuffed the play. Fantastic job by the Avs goalie over there.
I don't know if Kurdog's in that or this Tato, but whoever it was, tremendous save for Colorado to keep that 1-0 lead, 1-0 game. It's a much closer one here, though, Giant. As far as the game one, Colorado came up firing right off the bat. But here, things have quieted down a bit. And I think this is how where Toronto wants this game to be. A game like
Yeah,
this,
it's
one
just
goal
over
game.
5 minutes into the second period, and it's still pretty close.
Yeah, because listen, if you could keep Colorado, low score like this, 1-0 game, you got a real good shot trying to beat them. But if you're
Yeah,
if
but
you're
they're on the
trying to go
power
in,
play again. Here they are again, Colorado on the power play. So,
oh man, and is that two
and
for
there it is.
two?
I mean, they make it look so fucking easy, man. I mean, it's crazy. They make it look so easy, dude.
I don't know who's got a better power play here tonight, Boston or Colorado. They both look pretty impressive here on the power play, and that's Rhett Rhodey with his second goal for Colorado. He's got 2 in game number 2, and both of them coming off the power play. So, and if you take a look at the stats, Toronto's one of those teams that takes a lot of penalties for some reason, and you know they're killing themselves here tonight.
It looks like
We got a goal for
just trying.
Boston. Yeah, we do. Boston response Hammerlick with the goal there for Boston, and we got a tie game
And the
here in third
Red Wings
period.
score as well. The Red Wings score as well in the first period too.
No surprise there. Like I said, after coming off, I think Ottawa might be done, man. After they cost that 4-2 lead, and
Just
carrying that
melted
momentum
down like that.
game two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say Detroit maybe walking all over here in game number 2. I think that was Ottawa's chance to try to pull the upset tonight, but they came out short. But what a game here going on. Egg against Boston. Boston defense playing real good. Only gave up 1 goal against Egg in game 1. Here holding Egg to only 2. And Egg's had some power play opportunities. They're getting one here right now,
Mhm.
but that penalty kill job for Boston's been tremendous tonight. The Mariners series there against Calgary, that one's in the third period as well, and in that one, the Mariners bounced back after down 2-1 in that game. They're up a goal here we'll see if they'll be able
And
to.
Trip Aces is begging over here to send some help. So I don't know. I don't know what team he's on, man. But
That's for Toronto.
oh man,
He's
dude, yeah.
well, help's been
Oh, ask
answered,
for some help and it's been answered. Absolutely.
and it was power play goal there by Martin Nook with the goal. So back to back, man. 2 goals for Toronto. Uh,
Very impressive, guys. Shout out to Trip Aces and the rest of the crew there at Toronto. Just to try to make this shit competitive. It's less than 10 minutes of the second period, and it's great to see, guys.
Trip asking for the help, and there it is, man. So
I mean, all these games are tied or within one score. So
yeah,
it's very exciting night, guys. Tell your sisters, tell your girlfriends, tell your boyfriends. They got the hottest fucking analysis tonight over here on MHL Red Zone.
that's right, Giant. I mean, it don't get any better than this, and the quality of the games that we're getting here tonight on Wednesday night is tremendous. Even the teams that are towards those lower rank are playing good tonight. They're
Yeah.
staying competitive. The games here right now, all four,
Excuse me.
like you said, it's anyone's game on either one. Calgary's still in there, 1 goal game, tied up here in Boston. We may get overtime in this one, and then even Toronto bouncing back after down 2-0. I think if they could just stay out of that box, because that's what's killing them, giving up 2 power play goals, and we'll see. Trip Aces is playing pretty good there for Toronto. Like I said, he's up against the number one team. So you can't be
Oh, he
upset.
said send help. He said send help, but that might have been a typo, dude. I think he just transposed help with help.
Oh,
I think he just transposed that shit.
oh man. All right, all right. Well, it's final seconds there in the second period, so uh, score stays the same. They could get out of this period. They got a tie game heading into the third period, and like I said, that's what you want to do against Colorado. But speaking about a team that's extending their lead, that's the Mariners. They just scored, so now it's 4-2 Mariners with about 10 minutes to go in the third period. So Calgary once again now down 2 goals, just as game number one. So this Mariners team definitely looking very good here, especially that
And this helps out the. You said earlier, Hollywood,
yeah,
that Calgary going down in flames tonight, literally, is good for the Red Wings as long as the Red Wings can keep
win,
up the score,
yeah.
and get this sweep tonight, which is what they absolutely need at this point.
Yeah, and I think they could, especially how game one went, that they were able to bounce back after being down 2 goals in that third period, and ended up winning. If they could get this win again, that's 4 points for them and 0 for Calgary tonight. If the score remains the same here, so yeah, definitely good for the Red. And like I say, if the Red Wings could get into that postseason, I think they could upset some teams. Because this Detroit team has the players to do it. I wouldn't want to play Detroit in the playoffs. I think they got the players there to make some competitive games and make some upsets. So. But it's all a matter of trying to get in there, though. So that's what first thing that Detroit needs to do. And tonight is definitely working out for them real good. But
Okay, and it looks like Trip Aces is clarifying this, and this Egg and Boston game might go into overtime. Calgary Flames just score, so they are
yeah,
back in it, guys. This
so,
is a wonderful night tonight. So Trip Aces was saying that it's a meme that shows the help instead of being help. So that's what he's describing. It's
okay.
got to be some famous meme, but I haven't seen it yet. So
All right. Yeah, for Calgary Giant, you mentioned about the goal. Now was SBDR. His name's come up a couple times here tonight for Calgary, but it seems
yeah, but
like
you can't just the other guys need to pick it up too. I mean,
yeah,
he can't be doing this all shit by himself.
yeah. I mean, he's definitely coming out big there for Calgary, but like you said, yeah, somebody else needs to step up here to try to tie this game. Still got time, man. 3.5 to go in the third period. You're only down one
Mm-hmm.
goal. So that one's not over. And Toronto, how about this? Toronto takes the lead right now.
Amazing.
After down 2 goals, they take the lead, and now it's a 3-2 in favor of Toronto. Do not adjust your monitor or TV, whatever you're watching this on. That is
Amazing. Yeah, just to get it to this point, it's crazy.
that is the right
But there's
score.
so much time in the third period still.
Yeah, it looks like Tap It In. I don't have the player name on that. Was the guy who scored there for Toronto. So it's 3-2 game. But still, it's almost a whole period left there for third. And Giant in the X series. Yeah, man. We are getting overtime. Nobody scored there. So after Boston came back, tied it up here. X seems like they're controlling most of this game here, but Boston somehow still fighting in there and making this a tie game. Game one went to Boston, winning 3-1, and even if they even
And
if they
there it
can't.
is. There it is. The Avs just score again. I mean, you can't be shocked. We said it just minutes ago.
They got to stop that guy. Because Wet Roddy right now, Roddy, however you pronounce it, has all 3 goals for Colorado. So Toronto needs to find an answer to try to stop that guy. That's who's hurting you right now. He's got all 3 goals. Uh, but but
Yeah.
but even for Boston here tonight, Giant. Even should they even lose this game here, that'll be 3 points against Egg because they'll get the point here for the overtime loss. And I think that's a win regardless for Boston here. So that definitely showing, like I said, if you didn't believe in Boston prior to tonight, you can't doubt them after tonight here because they're going right toe to toe there with Egg.
Yeah, without question.
And we'll see if this power play opportunity here does it.
2-0 Red Wings. Second period.
Yeah, and no
Just under
surprise there,
5 minutes.
Giant, because like I said, once Ottawa collapsed after blowing that lead there, it seems they haven't been the same since.
And there's Colorado again. And they just took the lead.
Yeah, so that Toronto lead did not last long, and Uh, Colorado scores quickly. 13 minutes still left there. Final seconds here though in the main series. Maine has a power play, so Calgary, unfortunately took a penalty. And it looks like they're putting a empty net here. I don't know if that's the right call to do here, because you're short-handed. Well, we're going to get an icing
Right.
call. So it's going to be a big face-off here. Should Calgary get this face-off, maybe they could get a shot or two off here. If not, they do get the face-off. See if they could get a shot off here. 3 seconds left now, two. And no, that's going to do it.
No. Yeah, and they tried to get the shot on that, but the defense was right there. So shout out to the Mariners for hanging in there and getting the job done.
Yeah, Mariners. And Neil had 2 goals, 1 assist for the Mariners in that game. So they win 4-3 against Calgary. Hard fought game there by Calgary though. Like I said, Calgary played tough, but Mariners the better team here tonight. And as far as standings go, they're gonna move up ahead of Calgary after tonight because they take all 4 points, where Calgary gets zero, and that's very good news if you're on Detroit. All the Detroit fans out there are loving it because now they get a chance to catch up to Calgary. They could get, they're up here 2 goals against Ottawa. They took game one. So if they could get 4 points here tonight, Calgary zero, you know, the Giant, I'll put them within two or three from Calgary. So
Yeah. Yeah, and they could sneak up right there and go take the AC.
we're still in overtime here. Egg Boston, what a battle this has been all night long. Game one was a battle, tough fought battle there. Boston ended up winning 3-1 after RJ scoring all 3 goals for Boston. But here we got a 2-2 game. One where Egg led the game, but Boston tied up in the third period, forced an overtime, and that's where we are right now.
Yeah, and it looks like there's just over 10 minutes left in overtime for the Egg and Bruins game, and very tightly played.
Colorado and Toronto's also coming down to their final minutes of play here, under 4 to go, and Toronto looked good at some point there. They had the lead against Colorado, but Colorado proving why they're number one here this season,
Yeah,
able
they
to
do
able
it
to bounce
day
back.
in, day out, every fucking series, essentially. I mean, how many series did they really lose? None?
Not on MHL tonight. I'll tell you that. They haven't lost a series here. They lost a couple games here and there, yeah, but I haven't seen them lose a series. And here we go, overtime. It looks like we got a OT winner, and it's gonna be Boston Giant. Boston scores in overtime, so they sweep Egg here tonight, and looks like that was MJ 19, I
Yeah,
believe.
and it's kind of pathetic. It's a
No,
kind
no,
of
I'm sorry.
pathetic of a series for Egg. They really need to step it up the remainder of the regular season, Hollywood. This just isn't going to cut it the rest of this season, and it's not going to cut it in the playoffs.
And Giant, I gotta look at this stat category here. Remember, game one, Boston won 3 to
Yeah,
1. They had two
yeah.
power play goals where the Egg was not able to stop them on either of the power plays. So the penalty kill job for Egg was horrible, or the Boston power play was just that damn good. And then here comes game two, Giant. Same thing. Boston 2 for 2 on the power play. Egg 0 for 3. So Egg definitely throwing up an egg on their power plays here tonight, and two big special teams there for Boston. You give
Yeah.
them the opportunity, and and you might be right. I don't think this Boston special teams power play team here tonight look tremendous,
Yeah.
especially against Egg. I mean, it's not like they scored power
I
play
mean,
goals
they
against
looked
anybody.
incredible. I mean, they were destroying every single power play. They were killing it.
And Detroit looks like 3-0 now
Yeah,
against
three
Ottawa.
nothing, and it looks like they got exactly what they needed tonight.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they needed to get away from that age that happened the last four games.
Hmm.
That can't be happening.
No, no,
If they want a shot to get into the playoffs, they cannot allow that to happen.
you're right, Giant. You're right. So the other ones are done on here. I think the Colorado one's almost done too. It was final seconds. So I switched it off on that one. This one had a very late start, so we'll see. But what a night here tonight, Giant man. I mean, with the games that we had here.
Very exciting, and so shout out to Pull It Out or whatever, and Pull It Out King, and the suggestion to play the quads tonight, and it was so effective tonight. And what can I say? We thank you, the viewers, listeners, for checking us out tonight as well. Very important and critical to the success
Yeah.
of the Moose Hockey League.
And listen, John, and I think last week it was just an issue here where I probably just needed to reboot, restart this thing on here because tonight we had all these games, 4 games on here. We had the play-by-play, the Discord chat on this, and it looked good. We had no complaints there in the chat, right? So
Not at all.
yeah,
Very few chats,
and
very few
that's what you're
chats
gonna
in
get in
there,
the
and
playoffs.
very thorough.
That's what you're going to get in the playoffs. We're going to try to get to a four, especially round number one is going to have, the top 8 teams going at it, and you're going to see all 8 teams competing. So it should be tremendous. That playoffs is when it's going to get hot. I know right now it's towards the end of the season. Some guys, especially the teams on the bottom ranks there, are not so pumped up as opposed to when the season starts or when playoffs comes. But playoff time, we're going to bring the intensity here, and we should be getting great games like we've seen tonight, between these Boston and Egg, as 2 playoff teams. You're going to see Colorado on there, the Mariners. So I think each of these teams, and even Detroit right here that we're seeing, and the way the games went here tonight, I think it's up for grabs for almost any team, Giant. I don't think
Yeah,
there's,
it is very exciting night. I mean, everybody knows about the Avs. I mean, they just open a can of whoop ass night in, night out. Next,
so So it's a good night, Giant man. A good night. I like, we want to get more participation too. Guys in the chat commenting, or have guys come up here in the booth with us. Like I said, we've moved the broadcast booth to the general chat, which anybody could join on here, whether it's pregame, postgame, post series. All you got to do is go into that audio chat. It's called the Flan Fan Network. It's on the media section, and you'll come right in here. So we'll bring you
Right.
on. So we're gonna try to get that because we want to see more interaction too with the players, the community. Not only we're announcing these players, the names, the goals, and all that on here, but maybe hearing some of these other guys. And I also have some ideas coming for you guys next week as far as getting some highlights from the previous night onto the broadcast. Maybe like before we start the series or after, or maybe have like our top players of the night, of the MHL Tonight that we've seen tonight. We'll pick out some top players and post that, by position. So, something to look forward
Yeah,
to.
yeah, without question. And Pullout King saying good games trip. So the shout out. He's very interactive here in chat with the Pullout King, and I suspect he's listening to us whenever he gets a chance. He will send a message through there as well. So that's all I got for tonight. Make sure you guys continue to check us out, www.mhl.hockey. Follow us on Twitter at Moose on Ice. Mr. Hollywood, Giant 918 signing out. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you, Giant. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we just got the final minutes here in the third period. I'll close this out here. Detroit's up 3-0. Ottawa does have a power play opportunity here, but like we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, once Ottawa gave up that lead in game number one, had a 4-2 lead after Hudler scoring 3 goals for Ottawa. They just collapsed with some penalties, penalty shots in favor for Detroit, and they haven't looked good since. Not doing anything here in game two. Here in the third period, getting shut out 3-0 from Detroit, and Detroit's the team that's looking to get into the playoffs. And here comes a breakaway opportunity. Maybe too many moves on that one. They didn't even get the shot off. But nonetheless, Detroit still up 3-0. 12 to go here. And like I said, this is a team, if they could get into the playoffs, could be a dangerous team. Detroit has the players to do so with Bo Horvat on there. You got Yakif. Tonight you have Willis and net there for Detroit, and he's holding a shutout. He's a true gamer. Doesn't matter what he's playing in net, defense, offense. Um, you know, he's got hockey IQ out there, and a lot of the guys on Detroit do. So don't count this team. Like I said, they could definitely get in, especially if Calgary, the way they played tonight, unfortunately, they could not get a point here against the Mariners, which was a huge series there for both teams. So definitely helps Mariners and definitely helps Detroit's chances here to try to make that playoff spot. So we'll see what happens here as the days continue here as we close out the regular season. There's only a few games left now. Next week is not a full week. I believe there's only like one full day and maybe some couple makeup games that were rescheduled. So after tomorrow night, we're really gonna get to see, where each team stands on the standings once the scores and stats all get updated. A scramble for the puck in front of the net, and oh my, and Ottawa scoring, so they break the shutout. Now, unfortunately for Willis, he won't be getting a shutout here tonight, but that puck just seemed it was there, and that was shorthanded too. Nonetheless, that's Bondra with the goal. Um, I believe that's the guy who's bringing the stream there. So I want to give a shout out to him. That's Elite Gamer, Elite Gaming, I believe it is. Twitch.tv, Elite Gaming. He's always streaming on here, so bringing us the content. And without you guys, like I said, there wouldn't be a show. We wouldn't be able to do this. So I want to, just take the time to thank the guys that streamed it. Mox for Mariners tonight. Dutch Master for Egg as always, and for Toronto, I believe it was Rosari streaming there. So shout out to all those guys giving us the quad stream here for MHL tonight. Um, all right, so under 6 to go. Um, Ottawa has got to make something happen right now. They're looking for a comeback here. But look at this. Toronto holding the puck in their zone there. Sometimes it works, sometimes it could be dangerous. But here comes Detroit trying to put this game away. Now time really a factor here for Ottawa. 3 minutes to go now. Detroit with a 2-goal lead. They led 3-0 at one point. Ottawa scoring just a few minutes ago, but they're gonna need 2 goals to tie this, and that might do it. That's it right there. Detroit ends the comeback. Black Machismo, aka Bo Horvat. We've called his name here numerous times here, and so Detroit Red Wings, assisted there by Yakov with the assist. That makes it 4-1, and that's going to be a wrap here. Detroit will go on, win it, and hopefully they could close out the week good tomorrow night for Thursday. Thanks everybody for joining the broadcast on here. Like I said, we had Giant 918, myself, and on Discord we'll post the next MHL Tonight broadcast show. Gutierrez scoring for Ottawa, but it's a little bit too late on here because we got the final seconds left in the third period. Unless they could get a goal here, but no. But they do draw a penalty, so 44.7 seconds. I'll hold it off here still, see if anything crazy happens here. It did in game one. Detroit had a bounce back, down 4-2. Now it's Ottawa who's down 4-2. But I don't think Detroit is going to give up that type of lead like Ottawa did in game one. And they get the puck out of there. 30 seconds left now. Time in favor of Detroit here. Up 2 goals. Down to 20 seconds remaining here for Ottawa. 2-on-1 rush. But that pass is off. And that's going to lead to a Detroit breakaway opportunity. But that was a horrible move. He tried to do the jump deep there to no avail. But nonetheless, Detroit is going to go on and win it. And that's 4-2 is your final. Once again, thanks everybody for joining in. We had some tremendous hockey here, tremendous play-by-play commentary here brought to you guys as always. Have a good night, everybody. Take care. Mr. Hollywood signing out, fellas.